The first time in what feels like weeks, maybe we'll get a little bit of snow in these parts?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be a lot.
Okay.
But it is something.
Sure.
A little bit of snowfall, nothing to the magnitude of what they're dealing with further back off to the east here. And tomorrow you'll still need a jacket in the morning. It will be cool to start, but sweater weather in the afternoon. But we're talking about even lower 60s here by Friday and Saturday. So well above average for this time of year, at least in the afternoon, but it still will be cool in the morning. And tonight we're going to see a little bit of snowfall up at the Sierra. If you have to make it over Donner, it could be slick tonight. Nothing measurable out at the Reno Airport today, and so far the high 55 degrees. Where we're sitting at right now is 54. Winds are calm and the dew point is very low. It's only at 11 and the humidity is at 18%. So even though we have a wave rolling through, we just don't have a lot of moisture to work with. A lot of the moisture is going to favor areas up to the north and to the Pacific Northwest. Compared to yesterday at this time, it's very similar, and that puts us into the 50s. 47 though in South Tahoe and 54 in Reno. There's not a lot of cold air that will move in tomorrow. Tomorrow we're still going to be in the 50s, but the majority of the moisture is going up toward north here into Oregon as well as into Washington, but already starting to rain here into northwestern California. It's going to move further east here tonight, but as it does so, it's going to lose a lot of that moisture and it's just not going to be very strong, but it is something. Again, a lot of the active weather further back off to our east here, so that wave moves further to the east overnight tonight. By the time we wake up tomorrow, it already will be east of us, and then in the afternoon high pressure is going to settle back in here. So majority of the week it's going to be pretty quiet, and even tomorrow afternoon highs will still be in the 50s. So most of us will hardly even notice it, with the exception of the Sierra here. So this is at midnight, and you can see some light snowfall there up in the Sierra, especially on the western side. Not much spillover. We could squeeze out just a couple flurries in the Truckee Meadows early tomorrow morning, but overall it's going to be dry, and then just a little bit of some high level cloudiness throughout the day, but overall not a huge deal. And then the ridge takes over again, and we're back into this quiet stretch with highs well above average. In fact, we're talking about highs right around 60 degrees for the end of the week, but every now and again rotating around the ridge we'll still have a little bit of high level cloudiness. Again, not a lot of snowfall, but a good chance of at least seeing some light snowfall up at Donner. There's a 40% chance of seeing at least an inch there, but overall it's just not going to be a lot. As far as in Ely, tomorrow high of 44 degrees, and we'll make it up to 43 in Austin, 51 in Hawthorne, and as far as into Fallon, Lovelock, highs run around 50 degrees, overnight lows falling below freezing. As far as in the Truckee Meadows tonight, again, overall I think roads will be fine. Highs tomorrow will be in the lower 50s and 40s around Lake Tahoe. So tomorrow will feel about the same as today. In the morning though, it will be cold enough to where it could see maybe one or two flurries, but most of us won't even notice anything. But as far as further back to the west in the Sierra, that's where we could run into some slick spots. At lake level, it's not going to be a lot there, but could rule out a little bit of snowfall. High of 43 degrees up at the lake, and in Reno tomorrow high of 52. Decreasing clouds, a mild afternoon. Again, in the Reno area, we're probably not even really going to notice the light snowfall up in the Sierra. So overall, not a huge deal, but it is something, and we'll be back or above average here and into the lower 60s by Friday and Saturday.
Okay. Thank you, Angela.